And we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time, talking all things wrestling, Ring of Honor, TNA, New Japan, AEW, WWE. We have it all. The NWA occasionally. I'm trying to get, freshen up a little bit on that on the CW app. But yeah, let's jump on into our last segment. We're going to talk about our Tuesdays today in wrestling history. All right, so let's go ahead and dig on into that. So, guys, let's go ahead and we gotta set the mood here. Go ahead and jump into my DeLorean, 88 miles per hour. I'm just kidding. No, if any of you guys watch the Back to the Future thing, that's how old I am. Uh, so let's jump into this DeLorean. Let's jump back in time. Back in 1992, we have the Barbarian and Dick Slater would become the last WCW United States Tag Team Champions, defeating the Fabulous Freebirds, Jimmy Garvin, and also Michael Hayes. This is kind of big because I did not know the United States, they had a title. Obviously, it was part of the NWA. Jim Crockett Promotions moved to WCW, and then you have the United States World Tag Team Champions. That's insane. I had no idea. I read that and I was like, dude, one of those things where you gotta, take a double look. That was pretty crazy. That was pretty darn crazy. All right. In 1967, WWF had a showdown at Shea Stadium. The main event saw Antonio Inoki against the most amazing boxer. I think he recently got he recently got inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame, Muhammad Ali, against my man Antonio. Pretty good match. I've heard, I watched it a little awkward, of course. What do you expect? But it was huge, very, very big. Definitely love how Muhammad Ali, was, boxer versus wrestler. The stadium crowded over 32,000 people. You also saw Bruno San Martino retain the WWF world title against Stan Hansen. And you also saw Andre the Giant defeat Chuck Wepner, which was also, the second boxer versus, kind of wrestler kind of mentality that they kind of had there. In 1990, you had the Legion of Doom. Hawk and Animal made their WWF television debut in a squash match. Highly, obviously, that kind of creates for their very, their powerhouse kind of segment here. Definitely loved Hawk and Animal. I love playing them. I played them in a game. I think it was WW. No, don't quote me on that. It was on Super Nintendo. I used to play with my brothers. We used to beat him and the natural disasters, earthquake and typhoon. But the Legion of Doom would always come out victorious. So in 1994, you had Sabu defeating Terry Funk in the main event of the ECW Yonkers show. ECW World Champion Shane Douglas lost via disqualification to Tommy Dreamer. You also saw Tommy Cairo defeat the Sandman in the Singapore in a Singapore cane match. Recently, you kind of saw that being rebirthed on WWE NXT with Dante Chen against Lexus King. I had no idea, but at ECW, I guess they had Heat Wave. They did Heat Waves, and now you're kind of seeing how WWE NXT are kind of resurfacing, former ECW, main event titles. Also WWE, they do have No Way Out. Also WWE NXT for WCW Bash at the Beach, the Great American Bash. Also Halloween Havoc during Halloween. Those shows are actually really, really badass. Check those out. So, definitely, kind of love how, professional wrestling eventually became one. So in 2000, you saw The Rock pin Mr. McMahon during the six-man tag match to win his fourth WWF World Championship. Also that night, you saw Kurt Angle defeat Rikishi, the biggest King of the Ring to date. It involved 32 superstars, 32 awesome competitors like Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, also Edge. So it would be down as Kurt Angle won the best King of the Ring in the world, and also Rocky Maivia, defeating the whole faction that is Vince McMahon and stuff like that. Definitely happy to see, was happy to see The Rock kind of win that title. So, now we kind of move to more modern times. In 2002. You see John Cena's official TV debut answering Kurt Angle's open challenge. Cena was met in the back after losing the match to Kurt Angle. He was met by the WWE Undisputed Champion, The Undertaker, with a firm handshake and a, hey, good job, kid. Definitely love that. Definitely kind of spurred, John Cena making it to the WWE. Without this moment, without him screaming to Kurt Angle was like, "What makes you think that you're ready to jump into the ring with, yada yada yada?" And he's like, "Ruthless aggression," and that, of course, that kind of, kind of stemmy and kind of, kind of birth the Ruthless Aggression era with John Cena, with, of course, Randy Orton and Rated R Superstar Edge. So, this was big. This was very, very big. This was one of the biggest matches, to be honest, probably in the history of WWE. You kind of see one of the best technical wrestlers in Kurt Angle, and then you see the future of the company. Look how young John Cena is. That's amazing. Became a superstar, became a philanthropist, became a movie star, he rapped for a little bit, although it wasn't that great. But I'm just kidding. No, 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 not hating, not hating. But his movie career definitely took off. Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys saw Blockers. I don't know if anybody. He was in the original, in the Marine. He was good. Or Vacation Friends. I love them. I love those two movies. They're amazing. If you don't know, then check it out. Definitely love Vacation Friends with John Cena. He just makes it so funny. He's in WWE. He's in the Fast and the Furious saga with The Rock, with Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, and Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris. So he's made a name for himself based off of this match. This match started it all for John Cena. That's how big of a deal this moment is. That's why I'm spending so much time on it, because I just want to reiterate how big this moment was for John Cena. It was a chance. He didn't freeze. He put on one hell of a match. He was great on the mic. He impressed a bunch of WWE officials. This overall shaped the way you see John Cena today in the world, not just professional wrestling, but in the entertainment business and everything. That's, that moment was big. And lastly, my favorite moment, although I did talk about John Cena a little bit more than I expected, this is probably one of my most favorite moments because I remember watching D-Generation X a little bit kind of growing up. I remember, them screwing over Mankind over and over again. I only had basic cable, so I watched UPN, WWE SmackDown, and then you'd get, just a lot of updates. You get a lot of updates, a lot of reviews, and be like, "Oh, the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, D Generation X, X Pac," and then like obviously I didn't get a taste of the first Shawn Michaels and Triple H, but the moment they made it back and recreated D Generation X in 2006 was one of the best moments of my life. And I don't want to seem like I'm too cheesy. I don't want to seem like I'm pandering to the wrestling crowd too much. Or my two favorite wrestlers who are on my Mount Rushmore of wrestling. These two guys, they were my favorites, man. I bought merchandise. I bought posters. I bought magazines with these guys' faces on them. I had shirts. I'd wear them to high school. And like back in my day, wearing wrestling shirts didn't really make you the cool kid, but I wore the crap out of those shirts. I was like, you know what? Who cares? Who cares? I'm D-Generation X, dude. 1,010%. I'm just kidding. No, I don't want to do all that. But Shawn Michaels, one of my favorite wrestlers. Triple H, one of my favorite wrestlers. They reformed to beat the Spirit Squad in a handicap 5-on-2 match. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, my two favorite wrestlers. When they redid D-Generation X and the way it was kind of portrayed, and I'm not going to mention his name too much, but with Vince McMahon honestly made this return so damn special. Made this so damn special for Shawn, so damn special for his son-in-law, Triple H. Definitely, obviously throwing flowers to Vince McMahon for a little bit here. Like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on him, but he made D-Generation X reappear. When they came back, it was just like this new version of Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was of course a little more mature about it. Wife and kid. Obviously, he didn't really partake in the shenanigans that Triple H did in terms of like, sexual innuendos, bad words, and just stuff like that. But they made it work. They made it work so damn good. The way they terrorized the WWE Raw locker room. Raw was amazing. You even saw him teaming up with the Hardy Boys and CM Punk to take on, Rated RKO at Survivor Series, where they completely sweep them 5-on-0, killed them. Absolutely killed him. Of course, you kind of saw the storyline kind of go to bed a little bit earlier than expected because Triple H also, he separated his quad again in the match. It was originally supposed to be Triple H against John Cena in WrestleMania. He was supposed to win the Royal Rumble, I believe. But then you ultimately saw Shawn Michaels fighting in his bout. And it was crazy. It was crazy. This new reformed version of D-Generation X, and it was something special. And I, for one, feel totally lucky to have, witnessed it, to get my taste of D-Generation X, loved it. Used to play their theme song in my MP5 player. That's how old I am. When I got it, I was like, dude, I love this song. I love this song. I even had a MySpace page. Do you guys remember MySpace? Yeah, if you're old, you remember. Had a MySpace page. Back in the day with MySpace, of course, you'd get your best friend Tom. He'd be your first friend. Um, you used to be able to pick music. You used to be able to pick music and your background for your whole profile. The moment someone clicks on your name, that's the song that's going to describe you. That's the song that you want people to be like, Eric, synonymous. Mine was the D-Generation X theme song. Are you ready? Dum, dum. Oh my God, it was so iconic. It was so amazing. I fell in love with these guys more than I, kind of did before. And like all of a sudden, you kind of have these guys back together. Definitely something that WWE was, definitely did really, really well. Definitely love that. Definitely one of my favorite moments in terms of professional wrestling was, that time. I was glad I was able to kind of share it to you guys. I'm glad I was kind of able to dork out with you guys. Hi to my friend right there, Ahmad Zulafarish. Ben, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I apologize. Hope you're having an amazing night, my friend. But yeah, honestly, that the Generation X was very important to me. I remember my best friend, Cody, I told my best friend Cody, I was like, dude, like we need to be like these guys. Like we need to cause terror. We need to, and like it was just so cool. It's really, really badass. So yeah, honestly, well, guys, that's the show here. Make sure you stay tuned for Emerald's Soccer Podcast. A lot of great soccer going on. They say it's going to be the summer of soccer. So yeah, thank you for tuning in to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Please remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button and follow the show. Also follow the network as well. Your support means a lot to us here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity. So yeah, leave a positive review. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. It really does make a difference, guys. It really does. We also invite you guys to follow us on Twitter/X, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates in terms of professional wrestling. If I haven't made you a wrestling fan by now, we have a whole bunch of podcasts here on the GSMC Sports Network. We have the Andrew Tate Show. We also have the Women's Hoops and Heels, a women's sports podcast, your one-stop shop for women's sports. We also have my boy Nelson with basketball, Chris with fantasy sports. We have Sam, baseball. We have Kenny. We also have my boy Manny with the Chip Shot Football Podcast, talking football all the time during the offseason. You're going to want to catch up. Football's right around the corner, guys. Football's right around the corner. You don't need a subscription to ESPN. You don't need a subscription to Fox Sports. You need to subscribe here. Absolutely free. We talk all football. We talk about that. We talk about everything. Garrison with hockey. He's, covered the NHL, Stanley Cup Finals, and it was amazing. It was remarkable. It was cool. We have TJ and Jeremy on sports, so don't be too shy. We have, my boy, on college football, my boy Tommy. I feel like whenever I say Tommy, I feel like an Italian gangster. I'm like, yo, my boy Tommy, man, he's gonna go out. He's gonna talk to you about college football. Snitches get stitches. No, I'm just kidding. You just be sleeping with the fishes. I'm just kidding. No, moving on. I don't want to continue to, do this bad impersonation of Italian people. So, guys, anyways, basically what I'm trying to say is be a part of this bloodline of sports podcasting with the GSMC Sports Network. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. Guaranteed or your money back, which is kind of funny because there's no money, so you don't got to worry about it. Uh, anyways, guys, have a phenomenal night. Can't wait to see you tomorrow on Wednesday's show. Remember, the GSMC Wrestling Podcast is live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern on the GSMC Sports Network. So, hey, guys, have an amazing night. I'm going to go watch WWE NXT.